And friends, it's so good to see everybody here. A lot of old faces I haven't seen in a while. Before I go any further, I'd like to say thank you to Dia Moore and Thomas Catering for putting on such a nice dinner and this beautiful venue. Lane and Chenna made a great choice. This is gorgeous.
Yay!
I would like to thank the people that have made this event successful, and that is most noteworthy is Kathy Lowenstein. And Ron, of course, for their support. And my son Mike Rudy and Courtney Rudy. And Michelle and Zach Mission. Also want to thank all of the friends and family who have contributed either through special parties, showers, or doing special things like Aunt Pat. And thank you all very much. We really appreciate it. Okay, I'm Jenna's dad, Rick. I do want to welcome everybody here tonight, especially the out-of-towners, the Kansas City connection. My goodness, a lot of you. But I also want to welcome to our family, Lon and Kathy, and their daughters, Sarah and Paige, and grandparents, Sharon and Tootie. They put on a great party Friday night. And Bill and Babs. There they are. I guess this is the part where I'm supposed to say something very embarrassing about you and Jenna. But unfortunately, I cannot think of anything. You've been a perfect daughter. And I'm reading this just the way you told me. Oh, wow. I need those glasses. I do want to mention some people that can't be with us tonight, especially your mother, Jenna. My wife for 34 years. Your grandparents, Grandma and Grandpa Edel from Cincinnati, and Granny and Granddad from Noblesville. I know they would love to be here tonight to see you. And I must say, if I can get through this, how beautiful you look tonight, baby. And I love you very much. Well, when we got the news that you were coming along, I was working on a house, stripping wallpaper and painting, and I got a call from your mother, and she said, it was rather late at night, and she said, "Are you sitting down?" And I said, "I can be, and I want to be." And she proceeded to tell me that she was pregnant. And when I came to, I was ecstatic. But I was doing this math in my head because I was an old guy when you came in. And I'm thinking to myself, wow, I'm going to be probably just direct depositing my Social Security check into some university student loan program. And I was right. I'm still doing that. The best part though is that you'll love this. The best part is that Lane has agreed to pay off all of those student loans I'm so worried about. Is it right now? I do want to just tell you one little story about our first trip to Milwaukee. We went up with Michelle and Zach, and we get up to Milwaukee, and Jenna had arranged for us to go through a brewery tour. Now, I know Lane is a connoisseur of fine beer, and so I'm thinking, well, maybe Jenna thinks we need more knowledge about beer and how to make it, how to drink it or something, I don't know. So she pulls us up in front of the brewery. It's called Sprecher Brewery. You remember that, don't you? I didn't think so. And so she drops the three of us off in front of the brewery, and we're just, okay, let's go get some knowledge about this beer thing. I've never been to a brewery before. Well, maybe. But, so it was Lane and Zach and me. We head into the brewery, we take our 30-minute tour of the brewery, which was really pretty interesting, actually. And then they lead us into this big room with tables and to sit down at, because there are a bunch of people coming through these tours about every half an hour. And we're sitting there and enjoying. They had a tap with like 15 or 20 beers and a couple of bartenders, and we're getting along pretty well. And so when it was time for the next tour to come through, we were still at the table. And everybody else got up and left, and they would throw their extra tickets down on the table. You remember that? We got 5 tickets each. Remember that? No, I didn't think so. So we have, by the 5th tour, we had like 20 or 25 tickets on the table. You remember that? I didn't think so. Because when Jenna came to pick us up, I had to point out which one she was. He had this double vision thing going on. But the ride home was interesting. Remember that? I didn't think so. We get to their apartment, in the basement of the apartment, and I swear, Lane was skipping around and singing and dancing and doing all crazy stuff like a little girl, and going back and forth. And Zach, I don't know what happened to him. He went over behind his van and he was making some really, really weird noises. I don't know what happened to him. And I don't really want to know, because it was a bad deal. And the other thing about Lane is the night or the day he called me to give me his, I don't know what you would call it, but he was going to tell me about what he was planning to do as far as the engagement goes. And we had a little phone call, and it started like this. Hello? Hi. Hey. It's Lane. It's Lane. And I said, Lane, what's wrong? Because he's always got this real serious voice, real somber guy. And I said, what's the matter? I thought maybe Jenna was hurt, or he was in jail and he was looking for bond money or something. And so he goes on, he said, Mr. Rudy, I love Jenna, and I want to marry her, and I'm going to ask her to marry me tomorrow night, and I'm going to give her a ring. And I thought to myself, no way. There's no way you're going to do that. I saw you drinking and spilling water. But it all worked out. His strategy worked out. Jenna said yes. And here we are tonight. And I just want to offer a toast to Mr. and Mrs. Lane Lowenstein. Mazel tov. Good luck. And God bless. Thank you.
Cheers.
Thank you all very much. Enjoy the rest of the night.